I just pray our kids
Hello.
won't get to be friends.
Hi. So we are back up. Sorry for that mix-up in connection.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
No
So
problem.
definitely. So perhaps for those that have just tuned in, you can get to introduce yourself. You are live on Pan African Radio 96.1 FM.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm Raymond Washington, motivation speaker from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the USA. And I just come to give some good quotes, good reads, man, and just some uplifting encouragement motivationally.
Okay, awesome. So let's get straight to it. Although my co-host had a question for you to say that what would you do? Like somebody, is it a must that somebody must get some bit of motivation, must listen to something in order for them to get their spirits or hopes back?
I said every morning.
Every morning.
Uh, okay, to get some of their liberation back, you ask?
Yeah, to get your motivation back up. Like, let's say you are feeling low, then is it a must?
Okay.
Yeah, is it a must that somebody must listen to something, some motivation to get their hopes high?
Okay. Oh, some examples how getting it back. Okay, irrational expectations are at the root of most human being sufferings. So one way to get it back is to be diligent with yourself and be honest with yourself to the core, to the core of the matter, whatever the matter may proceed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And always remember that the people are not fighting for ideas, nor for what is in men's mind. The people fight, accept sacrifices demanded by the struggle in order to gain material advantages, at least if that's their goals.
Yeah.
So one way to get it back is keep having the faith, keep praying, and make others happy around you and make people feel comfortable around you, because the more people feel comfortable around you, the more idealistic things can become as a whole, per person,
Yeah.
and blessings rub off, blessed people recognize blessed people,
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
But
anything.
I also have a question. Does motivation starts from within ourselves, or should someone always motivate you?
Did you?
Now say it again.
She's saying, does motivation start within yourself, or you need to wait for somebody to get to motivate you?
Sometimes you have to play the laborer, Sometimes you have to play the part of the laborer in opposing that question, and you have to ask yourself, does the God of love use, underarm, deodorant, vagina spray, or fluoride, or toothpaste? Sometimes you have to ask these questions because it's beyond our understandings, and some things will go beyond your understandings. That's where you come in. That's when you have to pray and ask for that knowledge, and I think he gives us in bits and pieces,
Uh-huh.
So therefore we have to utilize, those things. It's a lot of things we can try, and what feels good to you, and you go with your first mind, usually that's the answer.
Okay.
Or on the pathway to that answer,
Yeah. Okay, so let's also talk about keeping faith in freedom, liberty, and also keep fighting for freedom. If you want to acquire freedom, somebody must keep faith, and of course somebody must be liberated in one way or the other. How does somebody get to have all that composure? How does that build up in a person?
All right. And first of all, it is a mistake to consider any belief more than liberal. It's liberated than another, so we can't think of ourselves and put ourselves on a pedestal more higher than anyone else, and it is the possibility of change what's important. Every new form of liberation is destined to eventually become another form of enslavement for most of its, adherent. That's one way to look at it too. And there is no freedom from this quality on this planet. of existence, but one may at least aspire to choose.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Let me get to bring you to somebody that might need, some motivation, or somebody that might need some strengthening, especially during this era of COVID-19. So many things have been brought back, and so many things are on a standstill. Then this particular person sees no hope after COVID-19. What does that particular person has to do in order for them to get back up on the feet and be who they need to be?
One way to do that, and one way to solve that problem is, we must overturn, so many idols. First of all, for the gods that we praise, that's not really of God. And therefore, to restore ourselves up again, the idol of self first must come. So that, we can be humble, and only from humanity can learn, or can be leaders and redeemers, to learn to work together in the way of the world. And really need, liberation that raises a cry against others is no true liberation. Liberation that means revolutions of hate and violence, and takes away lives of others, and it bases the dignity of others, cannot be true liberty.
Wow.
And that's another way to look at it,
Okay.
for the sobering purpose of them.
Awesome. All right, so Mr. Washington, I know time is not really our best ally, but let's get to talk about people that have been cyberbullied. What would be your word of advice to those that are experiencing cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying, that's a different type of struggle, I say one way of doing it, the struggle to end the existing oppression of cyberbullying is forcing and destroying the cultural basis of the eye of the beholder, so far as, like, implants, stuff like what these people praise now, like breast implants, and, doing things that's ungodly, like or the gay marriages and things like that, which I don't knock, which, and it says it's plain in the Bible, the Quran, or anything. Man is not meant to be a man, woman is not meant to be a woman. God intended for female and male to be together. But cyberbullying, so far, cyberbullying is pretty much a difficult thing. It's really a difficult question to raise, but the answer varies, I believe. Eradication of racism, it has a lot to do with a lot. It's probably worse as racism, cyberbullying.
Well, let's since it's a hard question to answer because it's got quite a lot which is involved in it. Let's maybe get to pick a point where it's based on females are the ones that mostly receive cyberbullying because they are feminine.
Right.
Okay.
That's definitely a hard question. Yeah. That's definitely a hard cyberbullying thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like newish, especially when you come to America.
Yeah.
And all I can see is the world I had so closely. She played me like a game,
Yeah.
So it's actually a game. I released and left her laughing to stand on my own 2 feet. So I say for cyberbullying, it's best that, just get away from it, stand on your own 2 feet, and just don't let anything get in your head, that'll take you away from yourself.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Washington, thank you so much for giving us this time to just have a chat with you and be able to strengthen people out there that have different weaknesses.
No problem. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate the time, and I appreciate everything.
Definitely.
Appreciate this coming through too. You're right about that, man.
Definitely. So
appreciate that.
We time and again we are going to be having a chat with you on radio so that at least you get to share with the people a few more of some motivations.
Okay, no problem. Anytime, brother.
All right. So
you have my number.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Okay. Hola. I know.
No. You see, you